Solange and Beyonce are without a doubt engaged with something as seen by the clamoring roads charges that their relationship is over have gone wild up. Did you notice that Beyonce's Grammy execution needed something, or rather somebody appreciation discourse? Yes, Solange Knowles is Beyonce's sister, hey everybody. And welcome to our channel Celeb Zone. As expected, many are inquiring as to whether there is a genuine debate between the two. I have you covered. There is a going thing on between the two sisters, as per an insider who conversed with Media Takeout. The insider guaranteed that we as a whole tracked down Solange's non-attendance from Beyonce's most recent collection. To be interested, it's the kind of music Solange would truly appreciate. They likewise called attention to that Solange was not engaged with B's most recent undertaking. She hasn't posted anything empowering about Renaissance on Twitter or Instagram. I believe it's odd for her not to be out there showing support. The source proceeded with Beyonce Bebad on her latest collection. She really need everybody's help for Renaissance, for it to progress and turn into the most elevated note that the insider stated that she needed direct affirmation of a conflict between the two. She did anyway. Confessed to Media Takeout that I had heard tales in regards to their association. Did you notice that Solange didn't salute Beyonce on her Grammy wins? Provided that this is true, I accept that there is something clearly happening between them, especially considering the way that she was recognized as the artist with the most Grammy grants in Grammy history. As per bits of gossip, Solange failed to specify her sister, since it appears to be that her occupation doesn't get sufficient credit. She really buckles down in the background, yet is tired of it. Jaguar rated everybody again by reprimanding Beyonce and declaring that Solange merits more recognition for her commitment. Yet is that the genuine explanations Solange and Beyonce have been so obtrusively missing from one another's lives of late, since the sisters have forever been close. And she has regularly expounded on her achievements, remembering for 2012. I actually find it very odd that Solange posted nothing about Beyonce. Solange spouted in a meeting with Thrill Ride magazine about past slotting, and alluding to her sister as her good example, Beyonce, in a way that would sound natural to her for helping her with her own music profession. She was nevertheless is such a good example. Yet I accept that having an elder sibling like that was to a greater degree a growth opportunity. For me, I had the option to see the great, the terrible, and in the middle between that accompanies distinction and achievement, and understood what I was getting into, particularly when Solange required Beyonce to go to an elder siblings day at school. Life partner and Fate's kid showed up in a vehicle, referencing how Beyonce is sustaining and deals with Solange like her kid. Even the possibility that Beyonce is Solange's mom, and not her more established sister, has been the subject of paranoid fears. The speculation that BuzzFeed provided details regarding in 2013. It is suggested that B is, as a matter of fact, more seasoned than she professes to be, as shown by a birth declaration from 1974, produced by another detail, supposedly by an unknown Texas government employee. That was a case made by Scheme Scholars as proof. Gabrielle Association, a companion of Beyonce, was brought into the world in 2008. All guaranteed that Beyonce and I have been dear companions since we were pre-adulthood, since Gabby was brought into the world in 1972. Your maths is right, since Beyonce's life has been widely covered since she was a young person. I for one see that as hard to accept, except if there is some kind of sorcery at work. She undoubtedly isn't Solange's mom. At any rate, Solange likewise genuinely fought for Beyonce. And I'm alluding to the May 2014 occasion, when video of Jay-Z and Solange quarreling during the Satisfied celebration at the Guideline Inn in New York City showed up in the CCTV film from the episode. Beyonce should have been visible at the get-together. Her brother, by marriage, was noticed being struck and kicked by Solange that remarkable second when Beyonce welcomed Solange to hit the dance floor with her at Coachella in the wake of recruiting her to compose the verses for Gianna reasons. Recess utilizing pictures of Solange, my cherished sister. There are no words. To communicate the pride and profound respect I have for you are a visionary, and one congrats on being the principal African American lady to make for the New York City expressive dance. The piece you created is wonderful, love you profound. Could I recommend you don't FSB with my growth? Whatever is happening between the sisters, this was simply in October 2022. Given the Grammy grants in 2017, it should be extremely ongoing. When Beyonce didn't win Collection of the Year for Lemonade, Solange was very straightforward about it, and surprisingly, tweeted about it. There have just been two dark champs over the most recent 20 years. For Collection of the Year, there have been north of 200 dark specialists who have performed. She likewise added, make your own boards of trustees, construct your own establishments, give your companions grants, grant yourself, and be the gold you need to hold. Could hence it was fairly astounding that she stayed quiet. When Beyonce was named the craftsman with the most triumphs, no one really knows the exact reason for the sisters' conceivable quarrel anyway. Kin competition is fairly commonplace, as any individual who has kin would validate, even among kin, with the nearest of connections. So my best gauge is that they probably experience some change, and will ideally keep on doing so. Deal with it rapidly, yet be ready for a few unusual clarifications from the general population concerning why Beyonce and Soul send-off could be separating individuals via virtual entertainment. Were very much like it was somewhat odd Beyonce didn't specify her in the dirty discourse, considering she's her main kin, says thanks to her dad explicitly, and continued to say thanks to her folks. A few reports got out that it was physical, and we as a whole realize Solange can get strong. I could be off base, yet I'm meddling. Another person additionally said, I just read an entire hypothesis about Beyonce, and I sort of accept it for reasons unknown. Solange beat her and harmed Honeybee's leg, which is the reason she's been radio quiet, and everything appears to be off this period. It's the reason she's keeping down tears, and expressed gratitude toward her father in her discourse. That beating speculation came from perhaps a visually impaired thing. It was written trying to make sense of the contention among Beyonce and the salon, and transferred on lipstick rear entryway. This independent craftsman has encountered serious omissions in mental health. In work to fix things up, the comfortable craftsman Vermont had recently moved away from the siblings. The pressure between the two anyway arrived at a limit when the independent VIP sibling developed annoyed with them over sensations of preference and an unsettled monetary conflict. Thus the performance star genuinely went after their kin during the squabble. During a visually impaired assault by the verifiable hotshot, the comfortable craftsman was harmed, requiring clinical treatment. After over about 14 days of little rest, life partner and Solange are by, and by not on great conditions, perhaps because of a more serious harm to their legs, while a few people additionally accept that the claims of Satanism against Beyonce had something to do with the battle. Definitely, I know it's ludicrous, yet with all the Satanism of late, individuals have been genuinely insane. Not certain where Solange finds a place with all the Satanism charges, including openly getting down on Beyonce. Remember to like and share. Likewise, buy in our feed for most recent recording.